Broadcasting live from the land of 10,000 lakes. Your official guide to the Northwest Metro. The food, the people, the entertainment, and of course, the latest real estate news. Welcome to the Northwest Metro Real Estate Report. And now your host, a licensed realtor specializing in new construction, helping build new communities in the Northwest Metro, Amanda Galindo.
Hey guys, it's Amanda Galindo here with Keller Williams. I'm here with Tom and Mercedes Turner with Apotheosis in Monticello. And I'm just excited that I got the names right and I was able to pronounce Apotheosis right. So thank you guys so much for sitting down with me to interview. Part of this Northwest Metro Real Estate Report is to kind of tell everybody about what's going on in the area. And I feel like this is definitely a place that people need to know about. It's like Monticello's little secret in downtown Monticello. So, and I had my first experience here back right before Christmas. So I wanted to tell everybody about it. And they're like, well, what the heck is the float room? Because that's what I came for. But you guys offer a ton of other services. So I'm excited that you have the opportunity to sit down. So thank you.
Thank you.
So can you guys just tell me a little bit about yourself and your family, kind of where you come from?
Sure. And thank you for coming and pronouncing Apotheosis
right.
You get some bonus points for that one in both of our names. We actually, we've been married about 23 years. Yoga studio, math's not my strong suit, so we'll say about 23 years.
Sure.
We have 4 children. Our oldest just graduated high school last year and is at the University of Minnesota. I have a set of twins, boy-girl twins, and then our youngest one is in high school.
Okay.
They've gone through the Monticello School District. We've been involved in the community since we got here in, I think, 2001 is when we moved to Monticello.
Okay.
Our whole family lives here too as well. Love the community, love the environment here, walking trails, helping people. There's a really big sense of community and people just coming together when they need to, which is one of the reasons why we chose this location for the studio. It's kind of a central hub in Monticello, and we have heard a lot it's the best kept secret in town, and want to get the word out.
Yeah.
Other than that, we both have other jobs. This we do as a passion. I've had a passion for wellness my whole life. I'm dating myself here. My first job ever in high school was a step aerobics instructor.
Oh my gosh.
When it was new, when it just came out, I was like, oh, let's try this out. And ever since then, I've always wound up doing something that involved wellness, even at corporate jobs, on a wellness committee. And one of the things that I enjoy is just seeing people feel comfortable with themselves, setting goals, and it's not about the outward physical appearance, it's about that inner glow that comes from inside and out, and building a community of yoga. Here we even have people that share books, and they drop off books and they pick them up, and our kids come here, their friends come here too as well, and
Nice.
it allows us to still be invested in our family, that family time, and then do something that we're very passionate about.
Awesome. How long have you guys been at this location here?
Our open house was December 8th of last year.
Of 2014. 14, okay.
14, yes, because it's now 2016.
So we've been here for a little over a year
Just a
now.
little over a year. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So the name, like, what does Apotheosis mean, and how did you guys? I'm assuming that it all comes together with wellness and stuff. So.
It does. So Apotheosis was actually a result of a brainstorming session from our business partner that helped us start the business. And our children were sitting on our deck and brainstorming, and we wanted a business that would encompass mind, body, spirit, wellness, helping others, and looking at how do we help people develop themselves to get to what their version of their best self is, whether it's health or stress management, and Googling and just brainstorming. That's what Apotheosis means. It's the highest point in the development of you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. So what are some of the services that you guys offer here?
All right, so we have the float room, which we'll talk about in a minute because everybody wants to know what the heck is that float room. Do you go in a room and float, or what's the experience like? We also have yoga classes here. All levels are welcome to all of our classes, and we've got some permanent ones that we always have, building up a nice community. You know, Monday nights, for example, we have power yoga. We offer heated hatha yoga. Wednesday, we've got a class in the afternoon that's called Mix It Up Yoga Sampler, and each week it's a totally different style. We kind of call it dealer's choice. What does the class ask for, and what does the instructor do? And Saturday, we have a gentle yoga class. People really like that one. That's another one that's building a very nice community. We always welcome children to come too as well, because it's a nice bonding experience with the yoga. So teenagers are always $5, and 5 to 12 are free. They can just come and do their own practice, and we found that it's just another way to connect with your children, with your family.
Awesome.
And then in addition, we offer series throughout the year to those that are always on schedule. Right now we have a Booyah, which is boot camp and yoga combo.
Oh, cool.
And in February we're doing a healthy heart yoga, so focusing on that, really relaxing, quieting the mind at the end, and so going through your yoga practice at the beginning.
Yeah.
And looking at some other exciting activities to do during the year or two as well. So we keep, like other people, we post most of our events on Facebook, social media, or our website. We also, we're fortunate enough to meet 2 individuals that come in several times a month and also host some classes. They do intuitive readings, healing touch sessions, and then health kinesiology, which looks at balancing the body, the chakra, allergies that you may have, very customized. They're here a few times during the month. Had a lot of really great reviews from our clients that are really enjoying meeting with Kim and Bobby for those sessions. And then they'll be offering some other classes then also throughout the spring and going into summer once a month on Saturdays. And those are on our happenings pages too as well.
On the website?
Yep, on the
Cool.
website, yeah. Good for ladies' day out, or good for, hey, I'm curious about something. One of the ones that's coming up is intuition, discover your intuition. How do you tap into your intuition and kind of that self-awareness?
Yeah.
Which also ties into the other service that we offer. We do life coaching. I run some workshops. My background is in adult education and in counseling, so I do lead some workshops. Infinite Possibilities, which is it's a book. It's out there. A lot of people have heard about it, but how do you set a goal and how do you get to it? A lot of people do enjoy coming together as a group and then really supporting each other and getting to those goals and not getting stuck on the thought of things, but focusing on how to get my support system and how do I keep moving out there.
Yeah, just take action.
Yeah, taking action.
Cool.
And it kind of encompasses, is it stress management? Is it time management? Is it family management, family relationships? We also have a nonprofit side, and that allows us to work with individuals who would benefit from yoga services or the life coaching, and then apply for some grants. Individuals with MS in particular, fibromyalgia and arthritis, there's a lot of studies on the float room and float therapy that does help them to alleviate those symptoms. So through our nonprofit, we're able to then work with them and kind of do a payment arrangement and a schedule that allows them to get those benefits.
Cool. That's awesome.
And you're probably wondering what the heck the float room is.
Yeah. Well, I know what it is because I've done it. And I remember when I came in, I thought, all right, I'm just going to like relax. This is going to be great. I'm going to go home and want to go to sleep. But you had said that some people come out chatty and some people like are super relaxed. And I was just like happy. I was like ready for the day. I wish that I would have came in the morning because I felt like I would have been so productive and just accomplished everything. Because I have like, I swear I got ADD. Like I just have like squirrel brain. So I'll like do something and then I'll like get distracted. So I wish I would have done it in the morning, but yeah. So what the heck is the float room?
The float room.
It's the only float room in Minnesota. I did my research, unless they opened one like in the last year, but.
There was one over in St. Paul earlier this year, but I don't know if he switched to just having a tank or not. But
okay.
Anywhere you can float, there's only 3 locations in the whole state, and one of those has tanks. Like I said, one other person had a float room, but I'm not sure that one's still around. But so it's still relatively unique and new here in the Twin Cities or in the state in general. And we're one of the only locations that has a room versus a tank. If you ever think of something like a sensory deprivation tank, which is kind of what people think of when they first see it, when they Google it, it's one of these little enclosed capsules that you kind of come in and shut the door. Thankfully, within the last few years, they started coming out with these things called float rooms, which is quite a bit bigger. So ours is, it's 8 foot long, it's 5 feet across, you've got plenty of space. The cool thing about it, I think it makes it more of a easier entry point for folks. So you're not coming into this small box kind of scenario where it can look a little intimidating or a little tight. The float room itself, I guess, to kind of give you a description for ours, is when you open the glass door and you take a look inside, you see a large basin tub, and it's filled with 8 to 10 inches of water. So usually it would theoretically be just deep enough to cover most folks. And inside that water is mixed in 1,000 pounds of magnesium sulfate or Epsom salt. And that's what really makes the water buoyant, and that's what causes you to float. It's kind of like the Dead Sea, but exponentially stronger and more dense. You can even feel it when you kind of run your hand through the water. It's clear, but when you run through the water, it feels a little bit thicker. It's a little bit slower to move, and that's kind of what just lets you pop right up to the top of the water. And that's it. There's no other chemicals. There's nothing else in there that's an irritant or an allergen. It's just water and Epsom salt, and it just allows you to kind of float. So you imagine once you lay down, you're on the most comfortable bed you've been on, but then even better. There's literally no pressure points on the body. Your body has a chance to totally stretch out and relax. Your muscles have to do literally no work whatsoever while you're in there, which is kind of neat. There's some muscles like your lower back and stuff, no matter what kind of bed you've been on, they never fully relax, and you can literally feel it when you're laying there. Your back just starts to stretch out and get a little bit longer. You can feel muscles kind of just begin to let go. So it's very therapeutic. Floating in and of itself is a unique experience for everybody who goes in. Some people go in for pain management or, mental mindfulness and peace. And some people, when you Google it, they'll say we go for a spiritual type situation. So the mental and the spiritual, that's really an individual thing. However, I can tell you that the physical aspect of it, what it can do for the body, is hands down. There's just no denying what a great feeling it is once you get out, just that total ability to relax. The room itself is soundproof. You turn off the lights once you're inside, so you can, and that's kind of controlled by the user, whoever's in there. They can have a small underwater light on. Again, because not everybody's comfortable in total darkness, but it's something I highly recommend you try. The first few times I kept the light on, and by the third time I'm floating, somebody's going to ask me what's it like with the light off, so I'm going to have to try it. And I turned off that light, and it was, wow, it was just like a whole new ball game. You feel, Mercy likes to say, you feel like an astronaut. You're just there, you're floating in total darkness. You get a sense of movement and peacefulness that's just hard to obtain when you've got all these other things kind of hitting you. So it's been wonderful. That was something that we decided to do, but kind of sight unseen, and wow, I'm hooked. It's been absolutely amazing.
It's awesome.
It's one of those things that sometimes almost immediately somebody will come in for their first float ever. Everybody, since we're still educating folks on what it's about, it's people are still apprehensive, but then they come out and they're just, it's like seeing a totally different person afterwards. So it makes you feel good. I'm glad that we're here and we're able to provide something new and an alternative for some folks, something that they haven't tried but is uniquely fitted for whatever their issues might be.
No, it was great. Just, like you said, the mind is able to clear itself. Like the only thing you can hear is yourself breathing. Like that's it. And your heartbeat. Like the whole time it's just your heartbeat and breathing. So I would highly recommend, and I already have just all my friends and stuff. My brother-in-law, he's got arthritis, psoriatic arthritis is what it's called. I didn't pronounce it right, but I'm like, yeah, you should go try it, because he's done, massages, and he moves people for a living, so he's moving furniture all. I'm like, you got to try it. Like, it's amazing. But you don't know what it's like until you get there. And actually, when I first went in, like, and the light went out. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I kind of like had a panic a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, just calm down. Like, you're just in water. It's only 8 inches, and
Yep.
you're just floating. I'm not gonna drown. So yeah,
You're not going to drown. You can fall asleep, and you're totally safe.
yeah,
Yep. It's been an amazing thing. I'm glad we
Yeah.
have it. It's certainly a unique experience. If nothing else, I guarantee it's like nothing you've ever done before.
yeah, and it's here in Monticello. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it is 2 miles from my house. So
We have people drive from North Dakota once a month.
to try it,
We have a couple that drives in once a month from North Dakota,
awesome.
and they just spend the day with us while the other one's floating there chatting. We have individuals who drive from Malacca as well,
Crazy.
because they've experienced just the benefits of it.
Yeah. Well, and I remember when I was in there too, like my neck, I always have problems
Mm-hmm.
with like a lot of tension in my neck, and I would just turn it and just be like crack, 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 like the whole
Yes.
time. It felt so
Yeah.
good. So cool.
And it's not a one-time thing. That's one of the unique things about it is you can't do it too often, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing that's going to become harmful to the body. But every time you come back, your body remembers, oh, I remember doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and you relax that much faster.
Mm-hmm.
So for the same period of time, you're getting even a better benefit from it, you know?
Yeah.
And you don't have to have something wrong to come in and try it. You can already be in great health and still just get a general sense of well-being and still help your body relax and
Yeah.
and get those muscles out of there and untighten. So it's good. Some people had a feeling that they had to have something wrong to come try it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, by all means, you come try it. Even
Just
when
to
you're feeling
relax.
good, you
Yeah.
feel even better.
My son actually, after I came back, he's like, oh, I wanted to try that.
We do have,
Can they do it? Can kids do
yes,
it?
we actually do have quite a few. Well, we've parents of teens here, so of course they share.
Yeah.
We actually have teen pricing
Okay.
available. So we normally recommend 12 and older.
Mm-hmm.
We have one person who they're 10 years old and they come and float with the mom sits in the room with them.
Okay.
We recommend 30 minutes for that age group, just kind of being alone and
The younger ones or the 12 and up
the
to?
teenagers.
Okay.
Typically up until 18, and then they'll know if they want more. It's very interesting whether they're in sports or athletes. It really is one of the only times that they are away from technology
Yes.
or noise or homework or their friends, and they walk out of there and just the smiles on their faces and quiet or chatty kind of equalizes them. But
Yeah.
that we've had quite a few teenagers come and try it, and whether it's for sports or relaxation or somebody gave me a unique gift certificate for a birthday or something, it's rewarding to see
Yeah.
how much they value that quiet time and unwinding time, which they don't get today a lot.
Ever.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're glued to their phones. So cool. So what is like the pricing? Because a lot of people probably think it's expensive.
Well,
And it's not.
Half-hour session is $35.
Mm-hmm.
A 60-minute session is $65. And that's where most folks go. We do have 90 minutes and 2 hours, and I think 90 minutes like 85.
Yep.
So
And then we have a first time package. So for a first time float, if you want to try it for the first time, if it's 60 minutes, it's $50. So we take $10 off. If you want to buy two, then instead of $100, it's $90. And then we typically run some kind of, special. We had some for the holidays, for Christmas. We had some incentives. During Valentine's, we're going to have, two halves are better than one. So buy one float and get the other one half off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's very reasonable, and it's something that you can incorporate like on a every other week basis, or at least once a month for your mental health.
Yes.
Or
Right.
if you do have a lot of pain, something for that too. It's just part of your whole well-being, I think. So awesome. Is there anything else that we forgot to kind of cover that you wanted to mention?
No, we are. We're glad to be here. We're glad to have celebrated our
1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary. We've
Yay.
gotten a lot of support from the chamber and from community, and
Awesome.
being in town for a long time, you think you kind of know quite a few people, but we've met same people in a totally different way, and then have met, like you,
Awesome.
some other new people that are becoming friends. So
Cool.
yeah, it's been a good time.
So, what's the address and how can people find you, hours, that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So we are located at 113 West Broadway in downtown Monticello. Right off on Broadway, there's a red awning that signals us out.
It's right in between the dance studio on the corner
Yes.
and Preferred Title, and it's across from Domino's.
That's right.
Perfect.
Same directions I gave on the phone. Probably gave you those when you came. Float hours, we have, we both have other jobs as we mentioned, but we do have weekend hours, evening hours. You can book online or you can give us a call at 612-594-4964 and we'll work that out with people's schedules.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're always here when one of our yoga classes is going on. So Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and then Tuesdays during our boot camp series.
Cool. And you have a Facebook page.
We do have a Facebook page, yes. I'm probably on it more than I want to be, but yes.
Facebook, and we have a website, which is apotheosisllp.com. That's apotheosisllp.com. And you can also find us on the Mind Body app. So that's on the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store, and I believe it's called Mind Body Connect. And that's kind of a cool way to sign up for classes, pre-register for yoga, even book floats and everything if you want to be able to do it from your phone.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much
Thank you.
for taking the time. And if you guys are in Monticello, and even if you're not, you heard Mercedes, there's people that drive here from out of state and from far away to come check out the float room and some of the other services that these guys have to offer. So make sure to check them out. I will have links on the bottom of the interview. And if you guys need anything, you know how to get a hold of me. And we will talk to you next month. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.